infrastructure, we talk about infrastructure being very expensive. I think a lot of the time when you hear infrastructure, it's a significant amount of money. And it's really sad when DWS reports to say where we've put infrastructure 5 years later, it's dilapidated or it's not used properly. And behind that infrastructure, it's not dilapidated because of weather, it's people behind it. We often coin the term the private sector wants return on investment on infrastructure. The public sector requires return on investment. And I think it's only when someone talked about mindset shift. It's only when we start seeing even water as a commodity that it'll break our heart when we see it running down the road, the streets, and we do nothing about it. And I think some of us probably have passed those water gushing out and we say, "Eish," but it's really money that the water board has spent. It's money that the municipality has spent, and it's really going to waste. And I don't know if any business would do that. I don't know if any business would let stuff, just the water, their product, be wasted like that. So I think it's really the mindset shift which turns to people. How do we sweat the assets that we have so that we see the return on the ground? We often also look at infrastructure in isolation. And we don't actually realize the water infrastructure, the impact it has on the cost of bread. And we sometimes don't relate it. The reality is that if infrastructure is not adequate, especially in the wastewater treatment space, and if the infrastructure is also not functioning, the cost of bread, because before they use the water, they need to treat the water. It adds on a cost. Before the beverage companies use the water to produce what we drink, they add certain costs because they say the water we get from municipality is not the quality that we used to get, and therefore it increases the price of bread or the price of what we drink in the morning. So it's we cannot really look at this in isolation. So for me, the key thing is that infrastructure is designed, infrastructure is planned, infrastructure is maintained. Infrastructure is, from an innovation perspective, we innovate. And behind the design, the planning, the maintenance is human beings. So again, at infrastructure level, we shouldn't have a conversation only on the significant amount of money we need to build infrastructure, but actually, that's why this elephant is still around. For how many years have we been eating this elephant? I mean, we've been eating this elephant for it's too big. Or it's growing at a rate that is beyond how we are eating this. Or we are scared. But the reality is that sometimes our approach is that we focus so much on the infrastructure, and then later we talk about people. It doesn't take 2 years to develop skills. It's a long period. And that's why his point on saying, how do we start developing people today for tomorrow? So that's really around infrastructure, people again.